Hi all, let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. We're going to solve the first A problem. 1/5 of a certain number is 8. What is 1/4 of that number? This is a problem that we definitely do not need model drawing for at this point, but I'll go ahead and put the model down anyways. So 1/5 of a number is 8. So we're going to go ahead and make a box that is worth 5 equal parts. Now, 1/5 of this number is worth 8, which means the other 4/5, each of them is also worth 8. So we now know that 1/5 of a number is 8, that number must be 40. What is 1/4 of this number? Okay, well, again, at this point we do not need a model, but I'll go ahead and do a visual anyways. What is 1/4 of 40? That happens to be 10. Done. Let's go to the next one. Alright, let's tackle this B problem. Carmen had $130 more than her sister, Rosa. Rosa had twice as much money as their youngest sister, Zoe. If their mother gave Carmen 60 and Rosa 80, Carmen would have twice as much money as Rosa. What's the total amount of money they had in the beginning? Okay, so I know the first thing most people are going to want to do is use the very first clue. But Carmen having $130 more than her sister, Rosa, really doesn't tell us much. But the second clue does. Rosa has twice as much money as her sister. So we have Carmen, we have Rosa, and we have the other sister, Zoe. Now we know that Rosa has twice as much as Zoe, so we're going to give Rosa 2 units and Zoe only 1. Now we're going to come on back to the Carmen clue. Carmen's got $130 more than her sister Rosa, so that means Carmen does also have 2 units. But on top of that, she's got $130 more. Now, at this point, you might have to play around with how much that 130 should be as far as making a unit bar. I'm going to go ahead and make my unit bar quite large for 130. So that right there is worth 130. I still don't know what these are worth, but I know that this thing right here is $130 more than Rosa. I've just decided to make mine a little bit just about like that. So now let's go to the next clue. Now Mommy, because she's so awesome, gives Carmen 60 bucks. So that's another 60 right here. Now, because I guess she likes Rosa better, she gives Rosa 80. So I'm going to, let's see, if I say that's 130, then maybe 80 is about like that, I guess. So this one right here is worth 80. Okay? Zoe, I don't know. I guess Mommy doesn't like her. She got nothing. So anyways, at this point, if Carmen gets 60 and Rosa gets 80, Carmen now has twice as much money as Rosa. Carmen now has twice as much money as Rosa. So that means we can split Carmen's bar now in half. Now this is not going to kind of look like half because it's not exactly to scale. But if we take what Rosa has right now, and we now know that Carmen has twice as much, that means that really this is one whole unit, this represents another whole unit, and these 2 units are twice as much as this unit. So that means if we can solve and figure out what this unit right here is worth, then that means this unit must equal the same thing. It also means this one must equal the same thing. Interesting. So let's get right down onto it. Taking a look at this model, we already know something about that unit. This one right here is 80. So that must mean that this one is 80. Now everything's going to start falling into place. If this whole bar from here to here is 130 and a chunk of it is already 80, that means this one's got to be 50. Oh, wow. Now wait a second. Then from here to here is 50 and 60. This whole thing is 110. If this is 110, then that must mean that this side over here, that is equal to this side, is also 110. If this side's 110 and already a chunk of it is 80, then that must mean that these two unknowns are worth 30. If both of those are worth 30, then these two are worth 15, which means these two are worth 15, since 15, 15, and 80 also have to equal 110, which means Zoe, wow, she's only got 15 bucks. Wow, she is completely, definitely not the favorite child. Now, they want to know what's the total amount of money they had in the beginning, all the way back at the beginning. So we've done all this work just to figure out how much money they had in the beginning. Well, Zoe, in the beginning, 15 bucks. Rosa had a grand total of 30 in the beginning. Well, that's 30 plus 15. So far, we're at 45. In the beginning, Carmen had these 30 plus the 130 more. Oh, that would be 30 plus 130. That's 160. How much did they have in the very beginning? $205. Shibuya. Let's tackle the last problem. There were 490 children all together in two groups. Group A consisted of only boys, and Group B consisted of only girls. There were 2.5 times as many girls as boys. Some girls joined Group B, and for every 4 boys in Group A, 32 more boys joined the group. The total number of girls ended up being 1/3 the total number of boys. How many girls joined the group? This problem has a lot of parts to it. Using a model for this one is definitely helpful. So let's see. First, we have two groups. We have Group A and we have Group B. We knew Group A consists of only boys. And Group B consists of only girls. All right, so now let's try to set up our model. Currently, there are 2.5 times as many girls as boys. All right, so I think I got this. That means that the girls are going to have 2 units. The boys are going to have 1 unit, but it says 2.5, so I'm going to give the girls 1 more unit. Okay, that's 2.5 times. Or maybe not. This is, right now, 3 times as many as that. Okay, so that's not 2.5 times just yet. Let's see. How about I give 1 more unit to the boys. I give 1 more unit to the girls. Let's see if that's 2.5 times. No, that's twice as much. 2 units. 2 units. That's twice as much as the boys. I need 2.5 times. So let's see. Well, if the boys right now are 2 units, and the girls are 2 of these 2 units, that's 2 times as many. If I add 1 unit Well, this is 2 units, 2 units, and half of 2 units, 1 unit. 2.5 times more than the boys. Ah, okay, got it. So that means the girls have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. To the boys, 2 units. Excellent. All right, now, at the moment, the girls have 5 units, the boys have 2. All together in group A and B at this moment are equal to 490. Interesting. That's 7 total units worth 490. Well, 490 divided by 7 means that in each of these units there are 70 kids. Oh, all right. I think we're rolling now. Now it says here, some girls joined group B. That's not giving us any type of information whatsoever. But the next clue does. For every 4 boys in group A, 32 more boys joined the group. For every 4 boys. Well, right now I've got 140 boys. And that means for every 4 boys, every group of 4, 32 more boys joined the group. That means I have to find how many groups of 4 are in 140. 140 divided by 4 turns out to be 35. There are 35 groups of 4 boys and 140 boys. Now that means for each group of 4, 35, 32 more boys joined the group. Now we need to find out 35 times 32. That gives us a product of 1,120. 1,120 boys joined this group. Now, at this point, the total number of girls was 1/3 the total number of boys. So that means 140 boys plus 1,120 more boys. The girls ended up being 1/3 of all of that. So 1,120 plus 140 gives us a total of, and I'm going to put it down here, 1,260 boys. 1,260 boys. The girls are equal to 1/3 of that. So that means really we need to find 1/3 of 1,260. That turns out to be 420. So that means 1/3 of 1,260 boys equals 420. Now it told us that some girls joined the group. We do not know how many girls joined the group. We do know that after those girls joined the group, this right here, after those girls joined the group, their total amount of girls was equal to 1/3 of 1,260. Well, this 420 represents the total number of girls. Well, there are already 5 units of 70. That's 350. Well, what's the difference between 350 and 420? Ah, it's 70. That means 70 girls joined the group. Shibuya. Now, while I did not include a video for the last C problem on the 4-7 sheet, it's the one with the playground and the pool. Some of you might be able to solve that problem. Some of you might struggle with that problem. But just remember, it is okay to struggle with the problem as long as you do not give up. Give it an honest try. Build the capacity for work. You are getting smarter every single time you try a problem, whether you are successful or not. So, if you want a hint for that problem, here it goes. Build a model representing what you know. Then allow that knowledge to shed light on the unknown. Yes, the unknown. Shibuya.